Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to November the 17th market update. Let's get started. First, before we get started, I want to first thank you to everybody. Manjo, Aman, a lot of people came out on the weekend there, and we finally met a lot of people face to face. It was really good. I enjoyed a lot, and really appreciate to everybody that came out on Saturday there. And I'm hoping to do this more often in the future. And I will announce something that I'm kind of doing joint with soon as the restaurant opens up. When this restaurant opens up, it's going to open up in about they're working on it right now, and once it opens up, I'm thinking about doing maybe live classes in there in the lunchtime. Anybody want to join? Maybe once a week, we'll do a class in there live in the afternoon. If anybody's wanna come in the future, or any other people that wanna join, we'll be able to do that there on once a week. So I'm setting that up. I'm waiting for the restaurant. They're working on it. It's coming out nice. They're cleaning it up real well, and hopefully they will open it up soon. And market update this morning. First thing I want to show you is I put the market news every morning. A lot of people don't know that right in the general section, the market news, where you can go read all the updated news every morning. So I try to put that news in, which is more concerning to our portfolio, or anything that relates that you guys should know the information about. So I try to post only the news that because there is a lot of news comes out every morning, but I can't post every single story. But I do post the relevant ones, than the ones that concern our portfolio, or the news that I think you guys should know. Okay, so please have a look at in the general section. I put in the general section because it's basically it's a lot of stuff, just basically a news read. That's all it is. Okay, so please, every morning or whenever you have a chance, take a look at the news section there, what I put in there, and that will, I think, keep you updated as well. Okay, so it's so important this morning to read the news every morning, see what's happening in the market, to catch up with it. So let's get on with the markets. What the market's doing this morning? I've been Netflix, Devo has been split stock this morning. Don't think that stock is went down $1,000. It didn't. It's a split. They've split the stock, so it's trading at 100 something this morning. Okay, so don't be afraid that stock is lost $1,000 in value. No, it just it is down on a split. Not down, it's split the stock this morning. Okay, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Nvidia. We'll talk about all the other stocks in a minute, but let's get on with the market update first. So what is happening with the ES futures? ES futures and the Nasdaq are basically have gone nowhere overnight. It did go up to the our level here at 68.04. Guess what had happened? This is exactly what I was expecting to happen. It would go to 68.04 and then fall right back. And that's been what's been happening overnight. I've been just shorting the market like crazy to the
Sorry, ਭਾਜੀ
downside.
ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨਾ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਦੂਜੀ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਹੈ
Yeah, you're looking at my algo. Okay, let me change.
ਓਕੇ
Let me change that. Yeah, entire this one here. Okay, now you should be on the right screen. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, I had you guys probably see what the algo has been making this morning. I turned on the algo late this morning because I was testing it on Python overnight. Then I got up early this morning and I switched it over to this one because Python wasn't working very well for me. So I put it back to the middle software with the trading view. If I can get the other one working, it will be much better. But anyway, it's taking me time to do it. I will work on it later. Anyway, let's get back at the ES again. 68.04. I was expecting this. This is where the resistance level was, and you can see previously where it hit and where the line was drawn, and it hit perfectly on top. Ever since, been really short trades to the downside. So what's happening? What's causing this? Uncertainty. A lot of uncertainty about interest rates, uncertainty about tariffs, uncertainty about what's happening at Venezuela down there. So basically, the market is saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to go up. I'm not going down. I'm going sideways till I know what's going on. So right now, it's informative, and it's just trying to hang on to where it is. And same thing with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq right now, it's not up, it's not down. It's basically 2 points to the upside, and that's it. And same thing, what the Nasdaq has done exactly what the ES futures have done. But on Friday, look where it went, and it picked up perfectly from down there, and from 4,625. I do expect the market to come down and test this again. See, let's see what happens. There is nothing going on in the market, so I can see market maybe roaming around to this level again. Same thing with if you look at the Dow Jones. But before I go Nvidia. Nvidia is going to get a big affected by Nvidia earnings on Wednesday. So we'll talk about Nvidia earnings today, whether they're going to beat or not. We'll take a look at those numbers, and again, that's going to be a big influence on the Nasdaq this week by Nvidia. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. What about the Dow Jones? Same thing, basically starting to go sideways a little bit. Higher high, is it going to hold this level? I think Dow may hold this level because the 30 company that it's holding are very mature compared to what the Nasdaq 100 is. Okay. At the same time, I think IWM, I think this has fallen enough down here. I think it's time to buy. IWM Russell 2000 going into December, I still think we're going to get a 1/4 point cut. I know the percentage has dropped below 50% for interest rate cuts. I still do think that they're going to cut at least a 1/4 point right now, but nobody thinks that. Nobody, even the Bitcoin is saying no, it's not going to cut a 1/4 point, but we'll see. Okay. Oil is hanging around here, 60.37. Oil is getting a little bit pricey to the upside because Venezuela issue. Okay, Venezuela is a huge producer of oil, and if there is something goes on there, the oil is gonna get expensive very quickly to the upside. So be careful there. And gold, what is gold? Gold is gonna do the same thing. If we have something happen in there, Venezuela, this thing will pop right back up. Gold is holding at this level, possibly making a lower low and maybe making a higher high here. So I'm not bearish on gold unless it drops below 4,025. If it goes below that, then you just short it, and it can come down to 3,900 very quickly if it goes below here. Okay, but I do think if it does hold on and does start going back up, it can probably build a higher high around here for gold. So keep a close eye on it. Same thing with the silver. Silver is doing the same thing what gold is doing. Is it gonna beat this higher high and turn around back to the upside? Couple of days, well, it will tell very exactly what's going on. If silver goes below 49.75, well, you know what to do, right? So that's what's happening. What about the VIX? VIX is coming slowly with all this, Epstein files. You got Venezuela going. You got the interest rates going, and we also got the Nvidia earnings coming this morning. So more volatility in the market, it's good for us, right? We make more money. More volatility, especially day traders, especially the algo, they all make tons of money when there's volatility. When there's no volatility, guess what? Nothing happens. And you can see the volatility that's been happening in the algo. Number of trades it took. It's taking the trades based on volatility. And look at the trades this morning it took. We'll look at it in a minute here. The VIX here is headed to the upside. So keep a close eye on it. The one I really told you to keep a close eye on is the 10, the remember 10 year. Yesterday I talked about it, sitting at 4.14. This thing could head to the upside, and the dollar could head to the downside. If that happens, that is not a normal thing that happens. That could be bad news, real bad news. Okay, watch for the 10-year going up, and if the dollar index go to the downside, that's going to be a bad news coming out of maybe out of the Supreme Court. and they might end up printing a lot of money. It's going to make the US dollar very weak. But why is the yield going to go up? Because people like us who are investing in the US dollar are going to demand 5%. Because if you're going to print all that money, I'm not going to take a risk at 4%. I want 5%. I want 6%. So do understand what I'm talking about there. If you see that happening, it's going to be real bad. Okay? So keep a close eye on that one. Look at the put call ratios. If you look at the SPY, you look at the triple Qs and IWM, both SPY and the triple Qs went a little bit towards the put side. They were very strong last week towards the call side. They're now heading to the put side. And the market is, what's the market doing? Basically sitting sideways. And IWM has come very strong towards the call side. That's why I'm saying this could be going to the 250 level again on the IWM. So that's why I'm thinking about buying that. On the other hand, Bitcoin touched 9,200, 92K yesterday. I was watching it. It still has a very strong trend to the downside. I would not be in Bitcoin. I've been telling you, this is where it's holding right now. Remember, this is the next level. I said was a 92K. Remember, we talked about it all last week. You can go check the market update. What I've been telling you. I said this could be the next point, and that's where the Bitcoin is holding right now. And if we break this here, we break the 91,600, we are gonna end up right here on 83K level, 84K level. And if we drop at the 83, 84K level, watch out for MSTR. If MSTR starts selling their Bitcoin, I think they're not going to have a choice. They start selling, the liquidity is going to come huge of Bitcoin into the market. If the liquidity comes in for the Bitcoin, guess where the Bitcoin is going to go? It can very quickly go, possibly 60K. I'm not going to leave anything off the table. It can happen. Least I'm thinking about 74K. Okay, if it is going to happen. So if you own cryptocurrencies right now, be very careful. A lot of I would tell you, if this thing would be, I love when things come down, right? I would love to buy a Bitcoin, but Bitcoin doesn't have a price to earnings ratio. It doesn't have a price to sales ratio. I can't determine how to value Bitcoin. I can't. Why? Because it doesn't have a, like I said, price to earning, price to sales. It doesn't have cash flow, right? The only way I can determine how valuable Bitcoin is based on supply and demand. Right now, there's lots of supply, okay, no demand. And demand's got to come in. And demand is going to come in, I believe, when Donald Trump will get involved, when he starts saying, the US government is going to come in and buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin. That could happen. If that happens, what is Bitcoin going to go? Right back up. Okay, just mark my words. You're gonna you're gonna hear this in I don't know, about a week, a month. You will see it. Why am I saying that? Because the Trump brothers are involved in buying a lot of Bitcoin. Sometimes you play the game along with these people, right? Instead of against it. So just wait patiently. And if you start hearing all of a sudden Trump talking, that's when I want to be in the Bitcoin. Okay, that will be the sign. But otherwise, I'm not in this Bitcoin. I'm not. It might be even worse for me to buy it when Donald Trump gets involved. At the same time, when you look at Bitcoin, it's sitting at 94K. And what about MSTR? MSTR had it down. It's below 200. I warned you guys. I've been warning you guys about this stock. And if this is a stock they're trying to kill. If they're gonna kill this one here, their average buy is around 75K. And if they start liquidating, and they will, believe me, with those people that want to have their money in it, it's like a margin call on the stock. And if they get that call, they're going to be selling Bitcoin like crazy. And that's where the liquidity is going to come from, especially. So watch out for this one. Be very careful right now. And MSTR. MSTR could file for bankruptcy very quickly. Why? Because if they file for bankruptcy, I'll tell you one thing, they don't have to sell the Bitcoin. Okay, if they file for bankruptcy, they won't have to sell Bitcoin. And could that be a good news for the market? Possibly, because you can't, if they go under bank protection, they cannot be forced to sell the Bitcoin. Okay, that could be the only hope that they will say, but it's still not a good news, right? It's still not good news for the company. So be very careful. I'm telling this here. I like Ethereum better. I would love to buy Ethereum at lower, around the $1,800 level, yes. But I do think the Ethereum might come back to 2,500. If Bitcoin crashes to the downside, Ethereum is coming along with it. But I like somebody's mic's open, guys. Mandeep ji, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ mic open.
Sorry.
No problem. So look at the around 2,400 or 2,500 for Ethereum. Okay, but rest of Mara, Bitcoin, I think all of them riots are they're holding pretty steady right now. I think they've already been beaten up a lot here. They're, they might be a little bit in the safer mode. Okay, so anyway, that's what the market, especially for cryptocurrencies. If you look at the rest of the market, there's news out there. I put it in the chat there. We can go over some of the stocks, especially Netflix here. Again, should you buy on the split? I think this is probably a good time to buy this stock. Okay, Netflix, it's been coming down. Again, it's sitting at 110 this morning, a little bit to the lower side. I think the only thing that's keeping this for me, if I were to buy this thing, only thing is telling me to stop right now is because they might buy Warner Brothers. They are I think they're gonna put an offer in. But when they, like a company like Netflix, when they buy a company like Warner Brothers, we already know they're gonna buy, right? But normally what happens is when the company is buying another company, their stock goes down. So Netflix usually will go down. And that's where I'm looking for to buy Netflix. So the day you guys hear that they're gonna buy Warner Brothers, and this stock drops, that's where you can buy Netflix if you are a Netflix fan. Okay, that's where I think it's gonna be cheap for Netflix. So that's why I'm not calling out just buy right now. Just sit here and watch, see what happens with this Warner Brothers story. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting for Netflix. Big thing this week happening is NVIDIA earnings. So what is going to happen to NVIDIA? Are they going to be, is there a buy or sell right now? Right now the stock is down $3 to the downside. Again, the earnings I think going to be strong, but a lot of that is already priced into the market. They got to come like the last time. They got to come up. We were, what we were saying the last time. We got to come in with strong earnings. Otherwise the stock, see if the last earnings here, they were strong earnings, right? But the stock didn't go up because it was already priced in. So I think the same thing is going to happen this time. If you're thinking this stock is going to get a real boost, be very careful because I think the price is already priced in on the earning. They gotta give something new. They gotta give something like a very strong guidance for this stock to really push to the upside. So I don't think NVIDIA is going to have that. They're going to have that strong earnings, but I don't think they're going to have that hump that really pushes to the upside. So if you look at the earnings, $1.25, I think they'll beat the number easily. I think they'll beat the revenue easily, but that's priced in. It's how bad they meet it and what the guidance is. Okay. So can you play NVIDIA for maybe a day or two? I think you can because the stock has been beaten up to the downside. If you want to play for a day, they're coming in, I believe, at in the evening time. NVIDIA is coming at around the evening time with their numbers. So you can play for at least 1, 2, 3 days if anybody wants to play a swing for a couple of days. Okay. So they are coming in the evening time. I think they're gonna beat the numbers. I think the stock may pop up a little bit to the upside. Okay. So I think that again, you can take if you want. I'm not suggesting it, but it's up to you. Okay, what else is happening in the market? Take a look at some of the news that I put down in here. Again, NVIDIA we talked about. Jeff Bezos is coming in. This is a Prometheus company. It's a private company. He's investing in around 6.2 billion. I like to see when guys like this invest in a publicly traded company. But I mentioned this Prometheus. I think this is a private company. If they come public, I like when these guys like Bezos and do invest in another company because you have a strong backing. He's putting $6.25 million into it, and if I see something on that, further, I will share it with you, because I like to invest in companies like, companies that are just even publicly traded by the right investor. People like people like Bozos, people like Warren Buffett, when they invest a lot of money into certain companies and they're not well known, sometimes those are the companies you want to get into. Okay, so that's quickly. I just want to, yeah. The stock is here. It is just Nvidia is coming down. It would be nice to buy down here, but I think it's going to boost back up for the next couple of days on this one. Canadian CPI came out this morning, guys. There's no other information coming out. Just the CPI came out this morning. Quickly, what is the CPI doing? Canadian this morning. Quickly share those numbers. Let me get that update here quickly. The forecast number was 0.2 month to month on the CPI. The median CPI forecast was 3.1. Come on, why is this thing so slow coming this morning? Okay, here we go. 0.2 was the same forecast on the Canadian CPI. The number is exactly the same. CPI year over year, the number was, this is where the Canadian number was sitting at 2.4. It's actually gone down 2.2%. So this basically what this means is we could have lower interest rates. We could have another quarter point cut, since CPI is very well under controlled. Okay, so the CPI numbers are out for Canada this morning. There is also numbers coming out for the what do you call these? The U.S. numbers. The Empire State Bill, not the Empire State Building, the Empire State. Sorry, I lost my page here. I don't know what's going on with the internet this morning. This is kind of screwing up my numbers this morning. Anyway, I'll get back to you on the forex market again in the morning in a second here. Let's continue with these stocks here and the news in the stock, especially what's going on here. Again, the next company I want to talk about is Google. Warren Buffett invested heavily into it. You guys probably all heard the news. The Gurkeith's already been putting a lot of posting in there what he thinks. Google, ever since Google won that, especially they won that case there, they've been just going nothing but up. Right, Google is up this morning on Warren Buffett stake, 286, and watch out for this breakout. It could go higher. Ever since 160 there, they won this back here. It's been just going to the upside. Okay, so continues to go up. AI is very strong. Cloud is very strong. So they're rebuilding their brands. And same thing, where should you buy it here? I think Google can go higher, no doubt about it, even from here. If you're holding it, definitely hold on to it. And if you guys are using the new algo, take a look at these marks here. Sometimes if you want to buy a stock, any stock, why not use this also? We are using the old algo as well, the algo 4. If everybody should have the algo 4, put the algo 4 on this, and plus put the new algo on it, and you get a very strong signal on what you should be doing on a stock. Okay, so it's really good, works like for swing trades as well. Okay, swing trade. Look where the signals were for this algo back here, all the buys, and same thing. Look how strong the signals are buy here, one after another to the upside. When you especially get one or two signals the first time, jump into it. It works real well. Okay, and let's take a look at what else. The next stock is Google. Next one in the news is Apple. Apple is redoing their. I put it in the news. If you want to take a look at it, they are redoing their iPhone. They're giving a complete overhaul, and you can read it in the news there. And if they do that, that's their main bread and butter. Okay, their 50% of their revenue is iPhone, and if that iPhone dies, so does Apple. But if Apple regenerates their iPhone, this stock could do very well to the upside. Okay, this can do very well back to the upside here. And again, where is Apple here? This could break out to the upside from here, 277. Okay, so Apple has been going to the upside. That is news on Apple. Peter Thiel, if you guys follow him, he sold his stake in Nvidia, by the way. He sold everything. So does he know something that we don't know? I don't know, but maybe he does know something. But that could be negative for Nvidia as well. Okay, just he sold it before the earnings. He sold everything he had. Also, the next Cassie Wood, she's been buying Circle, IRDM. I know IRDM. I'm very familiar with this company. Actually I was investing into this company one time. It's a satellite communication company, and I like this company. And it's been coming down. I used to have it way back here. When I look at about all the let me get rid of that. Okay, I used to have it way back here. I sold it a few years back. I did make money on it, but I didn't hang it on. I wish I'd hung on all the way to the top. I knew it was a good company, but this company has been coming to the downside. Why? Because a lot of competition in the satellite business, especially from Elon Musk, right? So they really pushed this company to the downside. This company still got a lot of stuff. They already, I like the build up. And should you buy it? I think it's a cheap company. I think wait for it to make a U-turn. I think this company can go right back up. They're still holding on to their very strong revenue, right? The earnings are still positive. They're still making money, and this is what they're doing. They see satellite communication, right? So today, they didn't pay a dividend way back when I invested in them, and they were making so much money they started paying dividend, and these numbers are very reasonable. If you're looking for a company, I don't have it. I don't have a plan to buy, but if you guys are looking for a really good company, let it make a U shape to the upside. So that's where I would think about buying this one, IRDM. I can't believe Cassie Wood bought this one. She doesn't have those kind of bones in her. So that's why I was kind of impressed by what I thought she was buying. She's also buying CRCL. I think this is another one I've been talking. This is a very high risk. This is the only stock in cryptocurrency that I really kind of like. Why do I like this one? Because of the stable coin. Stable coin is going to be, I think, bigger than Bitcoin. So watch for this to turn around to the upside. I don't know a lot about cryptocurrencies, but if somebody can educate me a little more on stablecoin, I would love to love to hear about it, because I think this is the one that can make a U-turn. Okay. And somebody had something to say? No? Okay. So it's coming to the bottom here. Right here, this is where around the IPO started, around $63. I don't know if it comes down all the way down, but one thing you can see here, look at these three histograms. You know what these are? When this kind of histograms happen after all this selling, all this coming down, they're buying. This is not selling, even though these bars, histograms, look like they've been selling. No, they're not selling here. They're buying. Okay, so if they're buying, what should you be doing? What should we be doing? We should be maybe get a little position. Don't put a lot of money into this, guys. Do not put a lot of money into it. Still a very risky stock, but they are buying here. Okay, when this happens at the bottom, when all the selling has happened, that means somebody's accumulating this thing a lot here. Okay, so somebody's buying. So beware of that. And like I said, it's still risky. It's coming down. It's going to be even a stronger buy if it makes a U-shape to the upside. And if the overall market drops, this could go down further to the downside. But put it on your list to watch. Okay? Remember when somebody's asking me, what should I buy? What should I look for? This is what kind of stock you're going to look for when it makes a U-shape to the upside. And if you're going to buy it and you're going to keep an eye on it, you're going to tell me too. Okay, so somebody keep an eye on stocks like this, because I can't keep, I don't keep an eye on every single stock. I know what I'm going to keep my eye on, but I like these stocks. So if it does make a U-turn to the upside, I would love to take a position in it. Okay, So stablecoin, I'm keeping close eye on it. I do actually. I should maybe add it to the portfolio, but anyway. But wait. So I like Circle. Okay, it's hard to believe that I like a stock that is basically doesn't have any revenue, doesn't have any fundamentals, right? Sometimes I just like their technology. So you're not gonna find a lot of revenue here. 1.35, still a good revenue. 19-20 billion dollar. It's very overpriced stock, but they got no strong. Eventually, the earnings will come. So I'm definitely looking to, I would, like I said, love to add money to the upside. Okay. So other thing, Donald Trump has been buying the bonds. Okay, he's buying those bonds of Meta. All these companies that are issuing the bonds, he's been buying them off them. Okay, so he's been buying a lot of bonds off lately. So be a little bit of you know careful. You know with this market, if he only buys the bonds because he plans to push the market to the downside more. Okay, so that is pretty much it, guys. This morning, we'll talk about more stocks. Anybody want to talk about any particular stock?
So good morning, Paji.
Good morning, G.
What do you think about Oracle? It's bled a little bit since the
Overpriced.
last jump. Overpriced still?
Still overpriced. I would wait. It's coming down, right? It's come back to 220. I think under around 200 is when I'll start looking at it. But ਇਹਦੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਇਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਹੱਲੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦਾ ਕਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੱਲੇ ਜੇ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦਾ ਕਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਨਾ this is gonna be under 200 and ਉਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਚਾਂਸ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਲੈਣੇ ਨੂੰ I think that's still overpriced. This is still coming down strong. Any other ones?
Thank you.
ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ stock? Anybody?
भाई CNQ चेक
But
करोगे
Paji, Tesla still.
Tesla and CN I think I heard.
CNQ
CNQ, okay. CNQ and Tesla. Okay, let's take a look at Tesla. What's Tesla doing this morning? Tesla is 398. ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ comments ਪਾਈ ਸੀਗੀ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਚਿਰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ this stock here they need to press robotaxi. If they start pressing robotaxi, you see this is where they're gonna make money. Okay, and somebody made those comments on the weekend. Those comments are in the chat, and I've been saying this for months. You guys probably all heard me talking about robotaxi. It's the only way I think Tesla is gonna survive if they push that robotaxi to the upside. It's gonna help their car business. It's gonna help to bring a lot of money in the robotaxi as well. So I think that's where they need to press a lot to the upside on that. So I like Tesla. I think Tesla can come down. I like to see it around $345, $350 on Tesla. And Tesla, believe kariyo, in $350 ਆ ਵੀ ਜਾਣਾ if we have a market correction. Okay, so if you like Tesla right here, it has come down a lot already. You may want to add a little bit, but I would not. I'm not adding it till it gets to 350. But if you think that Tesla is going to go right back up, again, this is a strong resistance on $421. But if it does get above 421, that's where I would add. Really, to be honest with you. Otherwise, I'm waiting for 340, 350 on Tesla. Okay, Tesla again. I think. That's the only way. I like to see more news come out on robotaxi. I like to see more news come out on robotaxi. Watch for that. If you want to buy Tesla, follow the company. Follow this news, what they're coming out with. Okay? Elon Musk is using the news all the time, right? So keep a close eye on this one here. So CNQ. CNQ, I like it. It's a very strong Canadian company in the oil sands. Okay? It's moving up this morning. Look like it's trying to break out to the upside. I already own CNQ, and if you bought it back here, we sold some. And then I've been holding the my still half of my portion, and I'm gonna hang on to it because it's pushing to the higher level. It is even buy here. It's a buy, and that's where I said back here. I moved this one here to here, and if you bought it above here and holding on to it, I would suggest you hang on to it. It's a very strong stock long term. You won't lose on that one for sure.
ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਬਾਏ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ 38 ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਹਾਫ ਸੈਲ ਕਰਤੇ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਬ੍ਰੇਕਆਊਟ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ એનર્ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਟਾਕ ਰਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, ਸੋ ਐਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਹੋਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ
Yes, but it's
ਇਸ
still
ਫੰਡ।
very cheap. It's still very cheap. One of the things ਜਦੋਂ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ energy stock ਲੈਣਾ, I like to look at the price to cash flow. What's it? And look for this thing. I love it when they're around 5. This is 6.47. That is still very strong. Anything under 10 on any energy stock, free cash flow. ਉਹਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ why do I like free cash flow on energy stocks? ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵੱਡੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਨਿਊ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ। ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਵੀਂ ਡ੍ਰਿਲਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਰਚਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਖਰਚਾ ਨਾ 5% ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੈਸ਼ ਫਲੋ, ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਉਹ ਖਰਚਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੱਢ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਆਪਣਾ ਖਰਚਾ, ਮਤਲਬ ਪੈਸਾ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਸੋ that's why I like this around 5 any look at any ਕੋਈ ਵੀ oil company energy company ਆ जो the cash flow around 5 ਤੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ, it's a very good stock, and this is a very good stock. Okay.
Funny, what about Netflix? Now it's a split. What do you think can happen
I think it's
here?
the ਮੈਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੁਣੇ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ। I think you missed my comments early.
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
So I made a comment. I said wait, they're gonna buy Warner Brothers. If they put an offer for Warner Brothers, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਹੋਰ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ। That's when to buy it. Okay.
Comcast
ਵੀ
ਵੀ
ਥੋੜਾ
ਭਾਜੀ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਚ ਹੈਗਾ ਬਾਏ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ।
Yeah, I know there's whole bunch 10 companies which ਉਹਦੇ buy ਕਰਨੇ ਨੂੰ, but I think Netflix, that's why I think Netflix is going to offer more money because it really fits in with Netflix. Warner Brother fits beautiful with Netflix, and that's why I think they're going to make an overbid. They're going to be their most expensive bid than the other two. And they're going to overpay for it. And when you overpay for a company, your stock usually comes down.
And also, price is around 100, so investors see it like it's a less price, right? You can buy like 10 for $1,000. ਉਹ ਵੀ ਥੋੜਾ
Yeah,
that
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
would work too, right?
cheap ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ, cheap
ਪਰ cheap ਲੱਗਦਾ cheap, right?
yeah
ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਚਲੋ
cheap,
100 ਦਾ।
right? So still, I mean, if it's up to you, but I would be waiting patiently. Wait till they make an offer, and if the stock drops, that's where I would buy Netflix. Okay.
Thank you.
So QUBT, take a look at that one. Quantum computing. So it had quantum computing has a nice run to the upside. So it has this one here has a nice support right here. This is where it's bouncing off from. So it's bouncing off the support. They also had earnings come out as well, and the numbers came out actually have a increase in revenue, increase in earnings as well. They're sort of gone from negative earnings to a positive earnings. That's a good news, and that's what's pushing the stock to the upside right now. So let's take a look at the numbers overall. Revenue wise, revenue is slowly growing. Again, this was on the early stage of the numbers, but again, this is a company that is trying to now come back to the upside. So they're into quantum computing. It's still a very small company. The revenue is being built up. So again, take a look at the technology, how good it is compared to the rest of the field. But we looked at this before. We've been following the stock when it started going up. So it's kind of they do have a good technology, but they got to keep going. I think this is a nice numbers they came out with, nice earnings they come out. Short term, it's going to pop to the upside. We could see going to right there, so level 16, almost $17. I think it can go there, but if you have it already, but be very careful. Still a very risky stocks. Okay. QUBT can go up around $16-17. Okay, so that's QBT, CNQ, we did GE. General Electric Aerospace, that's probably the one you're talking about. I still think it's a buy. It's a very strong company. They're making a lot of engines. And if Emirates ordered those big plane, all those big plane 777s, they're gonna need all those engines they're building. And yeah, I think this is good news for them too. If it breaks above here, 317, 316, I would be a buyer, definitely. I like GE, and a lot of good news coming there. HD is coming to the downside again. If we get interest rate cuts, this could pop right back to the upside, but it's coming to a good level here. Sport. If you don't have Home Depot, I think it's maybe time to maybe accumulate a little bit, but I would not put all my money in at once. So wait for it to come down further as it goes. Put a little bit in it. I think it's a good stock. It's a great stock, but it could turn around very quickly back to the upside based on if we get interest rate cuts. Okay. So meantime, wait patiently. If you wanna, you may even get it cheaper. Okay. Take a look at SE. Yeah, SE is bouncing off a little bit of sport here. C Limited. These guys are, I think, they transfer. They do oil shipments. I think these stocks are a little bit expensive. Online, no, they're online gaming. Sorry, I thought they were the ones shipping oil. Okay, they're online gaming. I don't know how good this company is. It's pretty. Looks like pretty big here. 83 billion here. The market cap. What about the revenue? I don't see any revenue. Earnings, I don't see it. So basically, they're going. I don't see any numbers on this one here. Why don't I see any numbers? The company's been around for been around for a while. It doesn't have any numbers. I don't see the numbers. So I really can't call whether you should buy this or not. And based on the technicals, I would hold off. I would want to take a look at the financials before I would really buy, because right now it's going to the downside. I don't think it's a good idea. Okay. So I would just leave it alone here. And Enbridge is I like Enbridge. Is it a buy here? Yes, the winter's coming up. Enbridge is still a buy. It hit the bottom down here around 64.70. I think it's this is the all-time high here for Enbridge. Been holding Enbridge for so long now. Even before 44, still holding this stock. I think I've been holding for years. It's one of those stocks that I've made, just threw it in the corner, and it's been sitting there for a while now. And you can buy it. It's still going to continue to go up. It's a utility. Pay a good dividend. They keep increasing their dividend. And all those people that have been holding on since $44 with me, and I actually been in the stock for a very long time, even earlier. So very cheap. I have an average price of, I don't know, somewhere around under $40 on this one here. And it continues to go to the upside. I continue to hold on to it. I think it's great stock, Enbridge, and it will continue. Okay, and Netflix we talked about already. SE we talked about. All right, guys. I need a break here. It's 9 o'clock. Let Harvey do his market update. Then we'll talk about more stocks. People that want to buy swing trades and day trades. Quickly show you what the algo's been doing this morning here. You can see the direction of the market. Okay, you can see the direction of the market. Look at it. It's been all selling this morning on to the downside, and earlier it was very nice to the upside, and it kind of gives you the, this is really good. It's like having your own analyst telling you buy and sell in the market. So it really works really well. So now it's trying to turn around. First buy to the upside, I would take it. Maybe the first one or two. If you get one or two buys to the upside, that would be nice. But anyways, guys, I will leave it there and let Harvey do the market update. I will talk about more of this stuff after he's done. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope everyone had a good weekend. This weekend was really fun. Got the opportunity